As Adam might catch nearsighted. No! Adam does, but oh my goodness, what an aggressive angle on the corner, and they catch Grandma. They catch a second and a third. Welcome back, everybody, to The Breachers, VRML. I'm your host, Skibular Bob, and today I'm joined by AESIR EU. With me today, I have Ran6, Rise, and VR Zeta. How y'all doing today?
Yeah, good.
Awesome. It's all right.
Awesome. And so just a couple quick questions for you here. First off, how does it feel to skip that Challenger Cup?
We haven't ever really played in the Challenger Cup, like ever, so I'm not too worried about it because we all know that we can consistently not play it. So not really much of a feat anymore. It's just like a job, really, just to skip Challenger Cup, get that out of the way.
Not a day in the office.
At all. Exactly, yeah. And then that extra, game that we have to play is just not a worry for us at all. So we have more time to focus on the playoffs and what's coming forward.
Yeah, you get to skip a long day of Breachers there, so always a nice benefit. Now, did you expect to be that #1 team when you finished this season?
Yeah, we pretty much expected it. As Rand said, it was not really that hard to get it. But since we didn't lose a single time during the season, only 2 draws, everything else was a victory. We kind of expect that we're going to be at least top 3, and we're not surprised that we are top 1, actually.
Awesome. Now, did you have a best moment in mind for what really stood out to you this season?
Yeah, so for me as the captain, and I know it kind of differs from player to player, was being able to recover from the shaky off-season we had before the season begun. We had quite a few people exit the roster, and we were kind of in a very dark place. We managed to pull together some fantastic players who have actually stuck with us throughout the whole season, which is pretty rare, to be honest, in Europe, because you had a lot of roster changes. But these guys have all stuck together, kept their heads in the game, and seeing that team gel together in that second third week of the season, I think it would come together, just was really heartwarming for me, and that was definitely my proudest moment.
I think my best moment for the season was not part of VRML, but a few months ago we've been to VR Meet LAN that happened in Exeter, UK, and we managed to all meet each other, make a roster, and play against IVI, and even managed to win that one.
Yeah, really special to see that EU had their own LAN. You know, I know we couldn't get you out here for VRMLCon 2024, maybe at some point in the future, but yeah, it was great to see, and I watched it myself, and congratulations on your win against IV there. Now, we talked about the best moments of your season, but does one stand out to you as maybe a worst moment or one you would rather forget?
Yeah, the worst moment was probably these last 3 weeks, just about. I mean, we got a win out of our last 3 matches, but we did get a couple draws, which wasn't great. I mean, it kind of looked like we were shaky and sort of losing our place at that #1 spot. But to me, it was nothing really to worry about. I mean, no team is completely perfect. I mean, you can see that in the NA side as well. So the fact that we managed to even get 2 draws and still stay out of 0 losses is really impressive to me.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely you've had a better record than your NA counterpart. So yeah, definitely super, 2 draws is definitely not the worst case scenario for this season. But talking about the closed qualifiers, which are your upcoming game, how are you preparing for that? Are you scrimming? Are you kind of taking it easy? How has the preparation for that been going?
The past week, we've been taking it easy because last few weeks before that have been pretty rough. We've had BCL to deal with, a few bad games in VRML. It's been a bit shaky. So we're trying to split it sort of into 2 parts this whole season. Just the first weeks leading up to the playoffs, we're going to forget all about that. Of course, we're going to remember people's strategies and what to play against. But just forget about mostly all the bad mindset that happened then. Have a break. Well, we did have a break inside the Christmas holidays and New Year, but now we're gonna set a fresh mindset and look only forwards for the upcoming playoffs and hopefully lock in for that and secure the bag.
Yeah, taking it one step at a time. Absolutely no problem with that strategy. Now, this final question is open to anybody who wants to answer, but if you did win that prize money, what would you do with it?
For me, I'm more just focusing on getting to the prize money. not what I'm going to do after we get it, because just because we came first doesn't mean we're going to win. I think for the last couple seasons, in fact, the team that has been ranked number 1 hasn't won the season, especially in Europe even. So we definitely have to focus on getting there first, taking one game at a time, and then I'll worry about what I'm going to do with the money.
Yeah, as Rise is saying, I think the money is just a cherry on top. What we really want is the title.
Exactly, because all 3 of us have never won a VRML season. We're all looking for that title, and it's going to be amazing if we get it. It's going to be ever so sweet.
All right, then. Well, we do want to thank AESIR EU for giving us the opportunity to interview them. And quick shout out to this AESIR EU team, because they've had to sit through this process a couple different times, a couple retakes that we've had to do from my end. But
Are you recording now?
I am, yes.
Good. I had to make the same jokes 3 times.
Yeah. But really quick, before we wrap up here, do you guys have anybody you want to shout out?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to BlazeEU. Thank you, BlazeEU. Shout out to Hyper, Legulo. I hope you guys win the CC. But this will be aired after the CC, so hopefully I'm not eating my words here.
Yeah, shout out to the rest of the team that can make the interview. So that's Tabs, Gradma, Stick, Akira, and Extras. You 5, absolutely amazing this season. Can't wait to see you guys play in the finals.
And for me, I would like to shout out IVI and the Dynasty that they've left behind. We played them against Stuck Milan, as Zaida mentioned. Beautiful group of people, and it was amazing to talk to them and meet them. So shout out to them. Good group of rivals.
Absolutely. And of course, we do wish you best of luck in the upcoming postseason. But for now, that is going to do it for us over here at the Breachers VRML. We'll catch you all in the next interview. Have a fantastic rest of your night, everybody.